Hey world, what's going on? This is Coach Tara coming to you from Enosburg Falls, Vermont. And it's another beautiful day here. We are having a heat wave and it's much appreciated because we had August was an entire month of fall. It has never been this warm all summer long, so I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna like it. So yeah, I got a couple of questions. One of them is totally related to what I learned in Rank Makers this morning with the Daily Ray or Ray Daily, whatever he calls it. I don't know. I like Daily Ray. And another one is a question I just got in the last 5 minutes that really just, I can't wait to answer that. So the two questions are, the first question is, what do I do when somebody says that they're ready to come on board and they don't follow through? How do I handle that? What do I do? And that's really important because I want you to consider this. And let's go ahead and just get to it. Okay. I'm just going to give you an example on this. And if you're in my private group or you're in my Mind Reset group, you've already heard this part. So stick around because I promise the second part of this live is going to be super important. You're really going to want to hear this. So first thing, what do I do when somebody says they're ready and then boom, crickets? Have you ever had somebody get on your company presentation, video, whatever it is, however it is that you do it, and they're ready? They say, I am so pumped for this. I am like, what's up? Let's make an appointment for tomorrow. Let's make an appointment at 1 o'clock, and you're like, that's right. We'll do a strategy session right away. We'll get ready to, we'll map it out, and it's just going to be so exciting. I'm so excited to be working with you. And yeah, man, let's get together at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'll use a name so that, because I'm going to give you two different people that you probably are coming across. So let's say her name is Julie. Okay, and Julie says she's ready to go, and 1 o'clock you're all set and ready to go. You're going to do the whole onboarding session, and you're super stoked and you're so excited because this person's going to just crush it. Julie's going to be the rainmaker, and she's going to come in there and she's going to help you, build the team and all this fun stuff, and you're super excited about it. And 1 o'clock comes, and you've been preparing all day. You've got all the notes that you're gonna talk to her about, and you're gonna get her on board, and you're gonna get everything together, and say 1:15 shows up and she's not answering her messages on Facebook and she hasn't picked up the phone yet, and you're like, oh god, what on earth? And then but you're not destroyed about it yet, but you just say, oh, let me go do the dishes or something, let me fold some laundry, I've been meaning to get to that anyway, and I'll come back and see what's up, and 1:45 comes around and it's crickets, you just can't get them to answer you. There's a couple of things that I want you to be concerned about here. People break their integrity for a couple of different reasons. Number one, they don't have any, or something happened and it is beyond their control or their realm of consciousness to get in touch with you about it. And that just happens. So what do most people do? Most people get really frustrated and they start getting upset and they start letting it ruin their mojo, and they begin to start forgetting about the rest of their day and what they were going to do with it, and say it's already 2 o'clock, and that whole strategy session and onboarding and everything would have been done already, and you would have been moving on to the next step in your business. But now you're all freaked out, and you've lost your mojo, and you're like, oh my gosh, this person. And then you see, oh, the little green lights on next to their name, and you go to message them again, and they don't respond. They ignore your message, or they see it and they don't, say something back. And you go to the wall, maybe something happened, and you look and nothing's going on that you can tell. They haven't posted in 2 days, and you're like, oh my gosh, what's going on? This person was so excited. They would be such a rock star, this and that. And you just get, you just had a bad couple of days, and that's just like the icing on the cake, man. And you're just like, what on earth is happening? And you get yourself into this mood and you say, oh, now it's time for me to cook dinner. So let me cook some dinner. And when you're cooking dinner, you pop open that bottle of wine you've been meaning to get to, and you start having a couple of glasses of wine, and maybe your friend down the street says, calls you up and says, hey, how you doing? And you invite them over for one, and you sit there and you relax and you hang out with your friend, which is good. Don't get me wrong. But your mojo's gone, and everything that you were planning on doing for your day is gone. And so, say 6 o'clock rolls around in the evening and your friend goes back to their house, and and you pour that last glass of wine. You say, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to sit down and I'm going to watch some Netflix. I'm going to chill. I'm going to binge watch Scandal or something. I'm just going to call it a day, and tomorrow's a new day, and I'm going to, whatever. And so you do that and you relax and you have a great time watching Scandal and seeing how Olivia Pope controls the whole world, and how what an alpha dog she is and how she gets things done. And you think to yourself, man, if I could just be more like Olivia Pope. And then, next thing you know, it's, 1 o'clock in the morning and you've just, watched, half the season of Scandal, and you're like, whoa, and you're all like wrapped up in some other reality. And you say, you know what, it's time to go to bed, I'm going to go to sleep, and tomorrow's a new day. And you get some sleep and you wake up the next morning, and you're really proud of yourself that you didn't open that second bottle of wine, and you're really proud of yourself that it's a new day and you're feeling good, and you're like, you know what, life moves on, let me just keep rocking and rolling. And you go and you do your personal development in the morning, and then the next thing you know, you remember the list of people that you were thinking of reaching out to the day before, that you had on your list to reach out to and invite them, see if they were open. And one of those people, their name is Josephine. Okay. And you go to log into Facebook and you're ready to tackle that list that you let go of yesterday, because you just had, your mojo had just been destroyed by Julie. Julie just ruined your day, and no matter what happened, you're just mad. And but it's a new day, and you log into your Facebook and you're going to start reaching out to those people that you intended on reaching out to yesterday. And you notice that there's some commotion going on in your team group on Facebook, and you're all excited about it, and boom, you show up over there, and lo and behold, Josephine is being welcomed into the team by someone else. And let's just say that someone else had a similar day to you, and you know that they've had maybe even worse days than you, because they're bringing more people in. And you know that they're dealing with a lot more no's and a lot more rejection and a lot more disappointment. And yet, no matter what happened to them yesterday, they still made the point to get into that inbox and talk to Josephine and bless them, see if they were open, and bless them. And Josephine was open, ready, willing, and able, and they did it. Okay? So, what I want to say to you is, no matter what someone does or doesn't do, or what they say or don't say, should have zero reflection on what your personal goals are in your business every single day. If you set out every day that you're going to see if 5 people are open, and you're going to keep moving forward until you hit those 5 people, then you ask that question 5 times. There is no way that somebody like Julie could stop you. Once Julie didn't show up in that first 15 minutes, your fingers should have been moving, and you should have been talking to other people, and you should have continued on with your day. What are you going to do now? Let's give a really awesome scenario. Julie gets back in touch with you 2 days later and is like, oh my God, I'm so sorry about that. My car broke down, and the money I was going to use to become, a member was, I didn't even know what to say to you, so I just didn't say anything. But lucky for me, I just got paid, and, I'm really excited about working with you. I'm going to work with you. That's a best case scenario. The other scenarios, they never say a word to you again. Okay? The difference between whether or not you're going to be successful and continue to bless people and not rob them of the opportunity that you have because you're having a bad day, is what you do when you become disappointed, and what you do immediately thereafter. Do you allow yourself to get that bad mojo going? Do you allow yourself to feel so upset about something that you just throw your hands up in the air and say, I'm going to watch Olivia Pope get shit done because I can't? Do you think for a minute that somebody like the fictitious character Olivia Pope, or the actress that plays her, sits around all day and lets one disappointment or one other person's actions determine what it is they do in their lives? It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. The days that Olivia Pope sits there with a bottle of wine and a jug of, like, these goblets of beautiful red wine and a bucket of popcorn is after the day is done. Not because the day did her. Okay? So I want you to think about that. If somebody's disappointing you, let it be. You don't know what it is, and if the best case scenario and Julie comes back to you with that, how could you be mad? The only thing that you could be mad about is what you didn't do because you were affecting yourself in such a way based on somebody else's actions, and you didn't even know what the reasons were. You lost Josephine too. You could have had two business builders, but no, you decided to cry in your beer about it. Yes, Stella.
Where's the paint?
The paint. It's over in front of the TV. So think about that. I hope that hit home, because the only thing that you can do, if you're going to allow someone else's lack of action to determine how much you act and take action in your business, your results are going to reflect that. If you moved forward that day when Julie didn't show and you didn't get her to come back, and then she saw your message and you did, instead of, you're welcome, buddy. Instead of not moving forward and continuing with your daily method of operation, and which you would have contacted probably Josephine next, then Josephine would have joined you that day, and it would have taken away all the crying and the tears and the pain that you would have felt about Julie not showing up. And then when Julie came back to you in a couple of days and explained to you what happened and was ready to go, you would have two business builders, not one. You would change two people's lives, not one. You would impact the families of two different people. And every person that you impact, they are impacting several people. Like, your mission to save the world, you just took a poop on it because you got butthurt. So, I don't know. You'll have to find it. Shut the door before the dog comes out. Use Q-tips. Those are cool. So, okay. So stop letting things like that get, it's none of your business. It's not your fault. It's nothing. The only thing that's your fault, the only thing you can control is how you proceed to move forward after that. Now,